Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So this Nations Cup was a salty race for me. Yeah, I did won one race, but it wasn't the lobby that is supposed to be. So it was really unfortunate for us. But anyway, we'll take it. This is the part of a journey. You have to go down to get up. So let's jump into the race one. I'll show you some of the things that happened. It is hilarious to watch even when I do watch. But in race one, I bottled up the qualifying, and then from the turn 3 I was going inside, and then as you can see I did a clean move to the Frenchman wasn't really happy. I don't know what happened there, I don't know who hits me there, but I had a 360 spin there. I don't know how it happens, but I had, and by the time I get back to track I was 12 seconds away, and then I managed to catch up them, and then this happens again. So that's bonus. I think that's GT Sports bonus. So at that point my tires were completely gone, and the guys were doing one stopper, and I was doing non-stopper, so I had no chance to. So I decided to go and catch and get the race again. So let's see, we are waiting to get started. I'm starting on P4 this time. Again I bottle up the qualifying, and I have to really work on my qualifying, because in the race, in the practices I was doing 205 lates and then 206 minimum, and then on quali I did 2.8, so that's 2 seconds off from my regular timing. So thanks to that I got into P4, and then from P4 we are starting late. I had a good launch, and then I had a good start, so hopefully this will be, hopefully at least I'll be able to catch up with this pack and then get the moves done. So this one actually very important, this corner, because it goes all the way to the right hander, and then it's almost like in Suzuka, so you have to take it really smooth. So at this point Frenchman seems going very slow, and Wilson seems losing it, so I'll be able to catch him up easily, I'm sure. So what's my goal here is that when I see the mirror behind, and as you can see, and the pack is gone completely. These races are almost about qualifying. If you can qualify proper, you'll be able to get a decent position probably. But if you're qualifying on the bottom of the pack, your complete race is 80% done actually. So Frenchman went too wide there. I got the move done, but Frenchman didn't turn on to me or something. Actually, I'm really surprised with this lobby comparing to the lobby that BNS where I was before I did the race. It was like a really messy race, but this top four, and Frenchman is going side by side to me, and then I gave him enough space there, and then got the move done, but I had to sacrifice my run. So Frenchman again sneaking into inside, which will give me the next insider here. I'm giving him enough space, as you can see I gave him space there, so he's right off, like very really fair play to him. He tried to go all the way outside, but it didn't work, and it puts him off actually. I wish he could have back off, but somehow he's hanging up, and he doesn't want to give his position to me at this point actually. So he's trying harder to get to him. There was a slight nap there, there was a slight tap. I think he braked very late there somehow, because of that he lost the control, went too wide, so easy position gain for us. So now I do have to catch up these two somehow. So one of them is I think A driver, another is a C drive or something somehow, yeah. So I got to catch up this backband, and luckily the British driver is putting a lot of pressure on the German, so because of that he can't take his normal lines, and as you can see they both are battling so hard, which allows me to get back to them. So as soon as I can get back to them, I'll be able to make moves, so I'll be able to hang up. And the good thing so far, no penalty like last time, or as no nothing much negative in this race so far. So okay, the Briton went too wide, I followed him, I went too wide there as well. I should have been right side, but let's see that we can make a good exit from here, so get the next two bonus. I ruined the entry there, so slightly missed the apex, and then went too wide here too. So I really need to catch up this pack, otherwise I'm smoked up, because my race is decided by my first 5 laps. If I can keep my first 5 laps higher, because I'm not doing any stops, I'll be able to defend late on the stage. But if not, I'm gonna get screwed. So Frenchman at this point again, he came back, but he has a penalty to be served, so no tire issue there. I'm surprised in this lobby actually. I don't think this is a lower lobby too, like lower drivers. It's just those who got smoked up in the last race, who lost their SR in here. So about the car, I think for me it's like it's a I can see the spool, so it's a turbo car, so you got to shift early, because in turbo cars after 7,000 in real life as well, after 7 to 8,000 rpm you don't really have more power, unless you have you have to a camshaft change, or if you can put a good pair of cam and then set the timing to open the valves for a long time, then you can get next 3,000 rpm good power. But otherwise it's all in turbo car, it's all about 3,000 to 7,000 rpm. That's where the power end is, so you got to shift early in this one. So I mixed the apex there, completely missed the apex, and it ran me wide, but no harm. I really have to catch up this pack, otherwise I mean the P1 and P2, because P2 is slightly dropping out, and then that will allow the German to get away. If he get away, I think he's gone, so there's no chance for us to get into P1. So now I'm really hoping at this point that German will make a mistake, or else the British driver will put enough pressure on him to hold him up till I catch them up. So I had a sloppy second lap. It's 2:10. I was doing on trainings like 2:06, so it's a very bad lap for me. Let's see, we are going side by side. The German got the cutback there, nice cutback by him, but thanks for that. I don't understand this game. I mean, there were no contact happened, there were no subjective moves, he just got his cutback and he got a penalty for that. I don't understand this penalty system. So unfortunate for German, I mean, I would say, but this is a huge turning point for us. So this race, I realized it's all about avoiding contacts. Now GT Sport is very strict about contact. Even if there is no such a fault, they would love to give you a penalty. So this is a good turning point for us, because he got a penalty. I don't think he did anything wrong there, because the Englishman dived into inside and he just brake early and he got the cutback, he got his move done. Because of that, he got a penalty. Wow. So now finally we are right back on him, the Englishman. So from here on, it's all about making some consistent time and then pressuring them to push forward, because now we have make a huge gap to the P4. So now it's all about just keeping up with this pack for me, and then try and make a moves when it is really the chance, because I'm afraid to make moves here. So German serving his penalty promoted us to P2. So now it's all about catching up the Englishman, because at this point I don't think, because we have the similar pace, I think he's also the same rating drivers as myself, so obviously it's not gonna be easy to catch him up in this point. But when the tires are worn, that's when people make mistakes. So for me, I really have to keep delivering what I deliver, rather than just doing the silly moves or silly things, because when the tires are gone, it's really tough for us. And at this point German also catching up, but I've decided that if German comes through and if he try to make a move, I'd be happy to let him go, because if he can catch him up, so I'm really happy for him to go and do it. So they'll be battling and I'll be able to catch the P1. So two fastest sectors for me, and then from here on it's all about catch him up. So yeah, still the gap maintains the same. It's a 1 second gap. It goes slightly up and down. It's nothing much like he's gaining or I'm losing, or I'm gaining or he's losing. It's a similar pace so far, but let's hope that I had a brilliant exit there. I had a great exit there, so this will allow me to catch him up at least because where I struggle is the turn 3 and the turn 4. Turn 1 and turn 2 I do it really good, and I could gain much more time. Little too wide, little too inside there. I should have been like in the middle of the road. Now I've started gaining on him because the tires are slightly gone now, and then this is the time that you can gain as much as you can, because when the tires are gone here you got to like really adjust your driving style. Especially you got to avoid curbs as much as you can, and you have to drive in the road because on the curbs they have really less grip on the when the tires are gone in this car, since it's an all-wheel drive car. So I'm still thinking about what happened on the race one. It was actually salty and hilarious same time. Nothing much happening at this point, so I have to keep my cool up. And as you can see, German dropped down so badly, because this is the thing, when the tires are gone you can't deliver that you're supposed to deliver, and then you got to adjust your driving style. So this is where I got to like really keep my mind cool and just try. So finally then now we are on a decent gap, and then I'm hoping that next lap I'll be able to catch this guy, and then even if I don't overtake him, I don't want to battle with him, because if we battle and let the German comes through and he has a fastest time in the lap, he's gonna smoke both up. So at this point the best thing is hanging into the Britain, and then make at least later on the stage make him do a silly move or something. So if I can force him to do a mistake, I'll be able to get this position. But at this point nothing much happening, it's just the same gap that we maintain, so he's not really under pressure. So okay, that's the mistake number one that we were expecting. He went too wide there, which allowed me to catch his slipstream. So from here on I'll be on his slipstream, because and thanks to that I'll be able to catch him up. That mistake really seems to be affected him, and then because he touched the dust there, the outside the curve, it has lot of gray on there, and then it kind of ruin your tires if you touch it. So that's what I've been learning from this track. There are certain places that if you go off the track there, and then it affects the design. So but I had a bad exit here, so thanks to that British again got the goal cap done. So he's maintaining well at this point, but let's hope that he will make a mistake somewhere again. So I did make a mistake there, the exit. I had to compromise the exit because my entry was bad, because it's the tire that affected, and here I'm gaining a lot from them because I'm going full throttle here all the time. So unless I feel like car is going out of control, I just do the safety lift, or else I'll just keep it nice and steady all the way to flow. So it's a long race, it's 27 minutes nearly. So yeah, finally we are still in a 1 second gap. So nothing much happened in this too, and then German went to the pit at this point. So we have to have a good laps, because he's gonna catch us up, because he has fresh tires. If he will be gaining a lot at the end of the stage. So and the British driver, the race leader, seems to be dropping down so badly because of the tire wear, and then obviously he knows that I'm right behind him. So all these things affect that he's driving now, and as you can see now I'm right back of him, so right behind him, and then trying to catch him up at least for next 2 laps. So yeah, got a good, if I can get a great exit here, yes, and then I'll be in next 2 corners. If I can catch him up, I mean at least I can be right behind him. He'll be in a big trouble when he goes to the full throttle area. So the SS is where. So yeah, we managed to catch him up then, because at this point he'll be in a big pressure, because if he notices, he might knows that I gained plenty from him this during the SS and the uphill. So that's where he struggles, and this sector he has to deliver to keep the gap, but he didn't do it there. So good luck for us over there. And then slightly missed the apex there, but no harm. And again, yep, both of us went right there. So, yep, he must be feeling the pressure. For me, I don't have anyone behind me, so I really don't have to worry. So when you're driving someone in a similar pace, okay, tried to do the move there but didn't work because there was no space, so I had to back off, and then we continue racing. Okay, there are some good races coming up on F5 which I was so looking forward to, for us, especially for the guys in B's and lower A's to learn, because like 27, 30, 40, even there's a race 40 minutes at Fuji. It's a wow race. It's 23 laps at Fuji. It's a long race, so looking forward to it. Yep. Oh no, I thought I had the space. Yes, I did have the space, so we made the move done. I think he did check the radar. He gave me the space to go inside, and again he tried to cover it, but obviously the tires are gone at this point, and we managed to get the move done. So finally now we are the race leaders in the game. So let's see if we can make the P1 position all the way. Even though he has given away his lead, he's right behind me, so there's nothing much I can do at this point, because rather than keep my heads up and then just drive, because tires, as you can see, tires are pretty much dead at this point, and you're already on a hard tire, and this is a Bugatti which is a heavy 4-wheel drive car, and then you have these hard tires on them, and then they are completely gone. So it's literally bad, man. And it's a 4-wheel drive car, so car is already imbalanced because your front tires are completely gone, and then but it's a clean battle between both of us, I'd say, and he's right behind me at this point. So my lap time drops so bad, it's 2:10. I should have done at least 2:9 at this point. So that's why I said, even though I won this race, I'm not happy about my performance here, because my goal when I was doing practices here was to qualifying in 207s and run the race on 208s or 207s, and then later on the stage 208s and 209. So this way I'm looking at the big picture here. I'm not considering about this particular race. In this way, when I go to the higher lobbies, I'll be able to be competitive, but at this point I'm doing 208s, and then last 2 laps are 211s, 210s. I'm nowhere near to those faster guys if I want to go for a higher lobbies. My God, at this point he's right behind us. He's right behind us. I'm trying my best to keep my lead up, and then to keep things happening, and one thing that I don't want to do here is battle so hard, because if we battle so hard here, German on a fresh tires will catch up us, and if he catch up us at least, let's say 1 second or 1.5 second, we are gonna get smoked up. He looked for an inside line, but there was no chance because he's too far to make a move, and he's right behind me and attacking me all the time. Some clean racing, some really, I mean, after the first race, I can see I'm on a lower lobby, but I'm really enjoying. I'm driving with what's supposed to be dirty drivers, but so far these 4 of us were driving really clean, and then even the Frenchman who went side by side. At this point I'm getting really attacked by the British. He's all over my back bumper. Let's see if we can keep this win. No, he tried on the banker, he went all the way to the banker, but I'm at this point I'm not trying to do any defending, because for me, if I defend, we are gonna lose the time and we are gonna let the German catch us up. So I want us to continue this battle until the last lap. So when if the German catches up P2, he has to go through P2 to the British driver to get the position from me. So while he's doing all this defending, as you can see, the German is right behind us right now. German is catching up. So if he will be holding eventually at least 1 or 2 corners, so which is gonna German compromise his lines no matter what, and then I'm gonna get the win. So I'm looking at the bigger picture, so I'm not doing any sort of defensive moves here. I'm just driving cool. There was a slight tap there, I think he just lost the brakes, but no issue, no harm done. So far I'm really happy about the 3-4 drivers who was on the top. It was some really clean racing there, and then there were no fancy moves or dive-ins. Even British behind, he knows that German is catching up, so he's not trying to make a move, so make any silly moves, because that will slow us both down. Because if the German catch up like beginning of the last lap, we are gone, we are smoked up at this point, because he has fresh tires, and fresh tires were like nearly 3 or 2 seconds at least faster than the normal tires with our driving skills. So far no harm done. Actually Britain dropped down and he got caught by, no, not yet, he got caught by the, did he? Yes, he got caught by the German, and then he obviously German would pass him because he's on a fresh tires. There's nothing much you can do when someone is equally fast as you and then he has a better tire advantage, so he's gonna smoke you up anyway. So everything worked the way I planned. I knew that he's gonna have to overtake the British driver, and then that will allow me to get the position to maintain P1 at least till the last corner. And I knew this would happen. Right now the German is gaining massive on us because my tires are completely gone. I can't do nothing. I can't do literally nothing at this point. I can just drive patient and hope that everything will happen. German is right behind us. He's trying to make a move to inside, but nothing much happening. So yep, we had the race win, which after a salty race 1, but I'm happy about that. There's nothing much we can do with the bad luck. But yeah guys, thank you very much for watching. So this is my starting for Nations Cup, and then see you in the next race.